Got a headline for you, and I'm going to show it to you. Joe Manchin and no labels are a looming disaster for Biden and the Democrats. Chris Bedford wrote that, and he joins me now. Chris, all right, why is a third-party candidacy a looming disaster?
It's only really a looming disaster if it actually ends up being Joe Manchin. There was a couple people who were gathered at the No Labels conference this week, people like John Huntsman, for example, Joe Lieberman, but none of them really actually pose a threat like Joe Manchin does. He's basically a lone warrior left of the Democratic Party. He's often lumped in with Kyrsten Sinema and others because he sometimes bucks the liberal vote essentially in D.C., but he comes from a different strain. He comes from a more traditional working class strain of the Democratic Party, pro-energy, patriotic, one that's been completely left behind in Washington, D.C. So the question for him now as he faces a re-election where he's probably going to lose for the first time to the popular governor of West Virginia is, does he want to go comfortably away and just take over a college in West Virginia and spend his last couple of years doing that? Or is his anger at the Democratic Party, which has constantly attacked him, constantly demeaned his supporters and his constituents, enough that he's willing to try and correct that course by running as a third-party candidate, which would take a lot of votes from Joe Biden?
47% of U.S. voters would consider voting for a third-party candidate next year. I'm a little suspicious of that. If they actually did get on the ballot with the third party, would they really get nearly half the votes? I don't see that. How about you?
I don't see that either. Now, Americans really like to think of ourselves as independent thinkers who will always vote for a third party. We talk about that plenty of times, but at the end of the day, most people just go with what they're comfortable with and what they know, and we've become very tribalized in that way, with whether or not you're Republican or Democrat. But third-party candidates can make a difference in the conversation. You had Pat Buchanan, which didn't actually change the election, but put an idea into American politics that ended up coming to fruition with Donald Trump. You have Ross Perot, who stood out that a lot of Americans, I think, kind of wish they maybe had voted for. So if Joe Manchin runs, he says he's only in it to run if he's actually going to win. I don't see him winning, really, and actually being able to be president of the United States. But taking away that disaffected base that may be sick of a Donald Trump or Joe Biden rematch is something he could absolutely do. And I see that impacting Joe Biden more than it would impact the Republicans.
Have you ever thought of Joe Manchin maybe running as a Republican in the West Virginia Senate race?
Yeah, even with that, Joe Manchin has brought back the pork a lot of times, brought back the money, brought back the goods for the people of West Virginia, a state that's pretty poor and underrepresented and a lot of other people in D.C. might want to ignore. And that's contributed a great deal to how long he's been able to be their senator. But there's been a declining willingness of the people of West Virginia to tolerate how, in the end, he often votes the Democratic Party line. West Virginia is getting less and less liberal, and when you've got a popular governor like Jim Justice now in the race, I think he's got it on lock.
Chris Bedford, interesting stuff. Thanks very much for joining us. I'm sure we'll see you again before the election because this third-party thing isn't going away yet.
Can't wait.
Thanks, Chris.